Yeah, that's just that I was worried about the music playing. Hey guys, we didn't go live. It is so ridiculous. We didn't go live. I even played the music at the beginning. We went through the whole intro, and I am for I am, and I just had the whole meeting in private.
Sorry.
Apologies. We at least got some stuff through.
Yeah.
We can decide whether we have a meeting next week instead or something.
Yeah, we can do that.
And repeat it. I mean, at least I will tell you the two questions that we got to in review are already posted in a thread to the engineering team. The first of which from I think Dave Rox's comment was that posts and replies are not showing images in the social media preview, like
Right.
say on Twitter or X, on Telegram, wherever else. And we did verify both for replies and for posts that if you have an image in them, the original design was supposed to show your image. If there was no image, it would show Den's logo, right? But right now it looks like everything is only showing the Den logo, which is distracting or confusing. So we need to look at that. The second thing was we did verify that if you are not logged in, a link to a post or a reply will still be readable as long as it's not in a private layer, right? So if it's in a private layer, of course, that won't work. But if it's one of the main regular layers or an LCP layer, you don't have to be logged in to read it, even to get to the link. And I do believe the links still, you still get credit for them, even if somebody is not logged in on the referral. The second was to check matter supply. Is it minting? Apparently, the last mint function was 41 days ago. So we do have a signal that tells us if the mint fails, and maybe the signal is broken. So we need to double check that because I almost guarantee that the devs watch that signal and don't watch. They don't go to Etherscan every week to check it. You know, when we move to once a week minting, so we'll go and double check that. And the great thing about the contract is when we mint, it's a single call, and it's just saying, "Hey, mint." It will know, "Hey, I've not run for 41 days," and it'll spit out 41,000. So it'll work. And and by the way, I do believe
all the payouts still happen to everybody with the
Yeah, the
MPR.
payouts still happen internally. And there's one more question nobody asked about. We need to replenish the withdrawal bucket. That there's not enough in there for a couple of the people who have wanted to withdraw.
Oh,
More matter
lore.
in there.
Lore or
So we need
matter.
to get that replenished. The security feature is that the mining, the minting goes into the multi-sig, so that if someone compromised the system on the withdrawal functionality, that they wouldn't be able to just suck out all of the matter that belongs to everyone else, right? So it has to be replenished, and we try to put in there enough that the spikes would be hit. But I was sick for 3 weeks. Uh, Dave got a day job. We have, so there's been a lot of movement recently, so we have not kept up. So that'll be there. And
We briefly talked about maybe we should think of a proposal for autos when a new layer is created that the video capability is put in there at all time. I'll put in a proposal for that. See if it.
I don't even think that'd be much of a change. I think
Yeah.
that's something that they have with a template. So I can't remember.
Yeah, we talked briefly about decentralization. We talked about growth and ideas for growth, hitting up people in India.
Yeah, and some of the stuff that we talked about, we've talked about several times on the show, and we just need to decide, do we want to do it?
And the super happy Dragon Lucky today about other ways of making a matter more of a better utility. There you go.
And I did already answer those on the show this morning, so you can go watch that. And beyond that, open to anything else. If you guys have any ideas for matter, especially simple ones that we could get better utility on, turning off the ETH option on new layers, we could do that without any extra dev work, right?
Right.
So it's just a question. Hey, it'd be a DAO vote. So anyway, So a very short show. That's 5 minutes. Okay, we're done. And the next show, I promise I'll turn on the live. Sorry, that was my fault. I thought I clicked it. I swear I clicked it, but I didn't. So
it's okay. It's all right. And Joe, later
on, leave it running for a while. I'll just leave it running. We'll just go walk through it. That way it'll be 2 hours.
Yeah, I gotta step away and feed my dogs. They're barking. One last item, Joe. Well, I'll throw you a chat in Den for a comment, or maybe we can get together next week sometime offline when you have a few minutes. The idea was a demo of Umbrella Promise as a separate layer. So like I would post, education bill HR 123, and people would be able to log in I would issue only one lot to everyone who logged into it. And then they would vote as if it were voting for a bill, or maybe something that came up at city council or something like that.
Because you could show, hey, if you guys would have used this, you wouldn't have had this and this and this and this happen.
Yes.
Maybe, right?
And I didn't think it would be much. Well, the issue is issuing lot, but I just issue lot to anyone who signed up on Umbrella Promise or something to that.
What we really need is some forward-thinking, not a candidate, actually, some forward-thinking sitting council person, whatever, that would say, sure, I'll do that. And maybe they would even have okay, I'll do it, but I'm not going to sign this. And I might have to break my promise, but at least they would be following it generally. I don't know.
Okay. Or just as a demo, you wouldn't even have to have someone.
Yeah. And that's why.
That's what you would show the person that you're actually talking.
That's why if you had a PAC, and I don't know if this is purely the best model ever, but very simple to understand. If I give $10,000 to your political action committee for the purposes of, let's say it was a DAO voter PAC, I don't know what you call it, but essentially to try to promote blockchain voting or to promote Umbrella Promise, right? That it would develop money. So let's say we have a small purse, $100,000, something like that. For politics, that's tiny, but
yes,
for local runs, that'd be pretty decent, right? So those people would be incentivized to come and apply. Say, hey, I'll do it. And the grant would be $20,000. It's like, I'll do it. That'll pay for all the yard signs, whatever.
Right.
And so then you have somebody enrolled. And the great thing is the people who put that money in would get to say, okay, it's a $20,000 grant. I put in 10. I can vote. I can vote a certain amount of the money that I put in there to go to this candidate because they're at least
exactly. You're getting
over. That would be amazing. I do think that would work. And I think people would
I think so too. Like, and it would demonstrate how that could propagate.
Yeah.
And as a grassroots. So anyway, and again, bringing people to Den is the other reason for it because of Den's functionality as a DAO, as well as within a layer being like an Umbrella Promise layer as a demo, how it would work.
Yep. And I do want to see something in terms of the pattern where a vote, you can vote, but let's say you've already committed you only put in $100 and you've already committed to $100. Your vote still counts, but it counts in a different way. Like you can't tell the spending of my money because, I still have some money that I haven't committed to something. I don't know, stuff like that.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So anyway, cool. we'll talk about that later, but this is another way I wanted to bring people into Den. So.
Right on. So I will play something on the way out. We were talking about Italians earlier, but I'll play Dutch. We don't have an Italian commercial. I'll play Dutch, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. And maybe if possible, try to be on next week. On the roundtable.
Okay.
So all right. Thanks, everybody. See you next. See you in a couple weeks.
Op sociale media platforms vandaag de dag gaat kwaliteitsinhoud vaak onopgemerkt voorbij. Op Den krijgen gebruikers betaald voor het maken, evalueren en beheren van kwaliteitsinhoud. Contentmakers worden beloond op basis van de betrokkenheid en het bereik van een bericht of opmerking. Contentbeoordelaars worden beloond op basis van de snelheid en resultaten van hun voorspellingen over welke content trending zal zijn of viraal zal gaan. Eigenaren van communities worden beloond op basis van betrokkenheid binnen een community. Kwaliteitsinhoud loont op Den.